Welcome to AndyCon Trains. Today's video is gonna explain a dead corner, as I call it, an area that's really difficult to work and has stuff in the way of working in that space. As you can see, this is how it started. We got some foam board from the dollar store. It made my base, so I didn't have to work in that corner. Here's using cardboard strips to make a base layer. Next, I applied the plaster cloth over it. After the plaster cloth, I used some Sculptamold to get the stones. My lovely wife painted the stones for me since I always paint things way too dark. And then covered with your basic ground covers. Then I purchased some cheap trees from eBay, which happened to work really good. I just finished it and put it all in place. Made it easy. And now, here's the next thing I'm going to talk about, was filling that corner in. So to achieve the look over there, I didn't want to use plaster and make a mess like I normally do. So I use quilt banting. It's for making quilts. I've got the idea from another video on YouTube. Then here's lichen. It's called something else if you buy it at a craft store. I think I got this at Home Goods or something for $10, this giant bag. This is a great basin material for odd spaces. I'd recommend a hot glue gun. Alright, so we're over here live at the corner. So where the quilt button didn't exactly line up to everything, I just applied the lichen, and then you spray it with a misting glue and go over with your foliage. It's real flexible work, so you kind of need to try to get a pack of it together. Use your hot glue gun if you need to stay solid. It really doesn't take much to keep it there. And so what happens, it gives you some texture, and it fills in odd spaces because it's flexible. I still need to do this corner, not a big deal. That's probably just going to be a stone wall or some fascia. But if you look at the video before I covered it, it almost looks like, how am I going to cover this? Anybody who's never done this before or used to work in really odd corners instead of squaring stuff off. A lot of people square stuff off. It makes it difficult to make realistic scenery. So I always end up with tunnels and stuff of this in odd spots. And I mean, I just kind of wing this, and I feel it came out pretty good. I'd like to hear in your comments what method you like to use for stuff like this. I did use some wallboard as a base on top of the tunnel portals. The only negative to this is I probably can't plant trees here, but I'll let it dry, and then maybe later on I'll try putting some trees in, see what happens. And here's why I built everything off the layout, if you can. I'm 6'2", and this ductwork is obviously in my way. My ceiling's barely above my head, or my joist, should I say. So building everything at the bench is just a whole lot easier. I'll be doing a bigger update video later today with some pretty cool new items. I've been painting this main line, did the ballast in here before I did the tunnel. But pretty much all of my work has been over here. And later on I'll be doing another video with some new items. Thank you everybody for subscribing and leaving positive feedback and returning to view the videos. Thanks again, and have a great weekend.